Hello everyone, Donut Donny here, and this is my very early game review of Starfield. Now, I'll say early game because I've only been in the game for a couple of hours, and from looking at YouTube reviews of the game, you need at least 12 or so hours just to get into the game, which is a very long time, I think, for a game to get better. Uh, Especially I'm a type of person who plays a game that it really has to hit me hard that it's a good game within the first 30 minutes or so. And Starfield hasn't done that to me just yet. But again, I'm going to give you just my opinion of the game so far, but this is a very early review of the game. Again, I've only played a couple of hours and I haven't even really started the main mission yet because there's a lot in Starfield that you have to get used to. I'll keep it at this screen for a little while, but I will go into the game. Now, let's start off with the installation of the game. This was the game that this is the main reason why it took me a long time to actually get into the game. I bought this game very early. I bought on preload, the premium edition, which a lot of people have done, so I can get into the game 5 days early. And but I didn't really start playing it until sort of like 2 days later, because the first thing you have to do on the PC is you have to preload it, and the preload is 86 gigabytes, which depending on your internet connection, that could take minutes or could take hours. And for me, it took about 2 hours to load. And so I thought, yay, 2 hours, it's done. Actually, 2 hours wasn't too bad for me on my connection for 86 gigabytes. So I was then looking forward to the 1st September when I could play it. I had to do a couple of things in real life, and then I started getting ready Friday afternoon. That was only a few days ago by the time this recording. And I then got hit by the next thing you have to do. You have to then unpack the game, it's called, which was the 116 gigabytes. So when you preload a game, it's 86 gigabytes, but when you unpack it, it kind of finds an extra 30 gigabytes, which you have to do, which is a bit annoying, I have to say, for the least. And the 116 gigabytes is not just like a typical download. It actually takes a lot longer, and it actually took me another 5 to 6 hours to unpack the 116 gigabytes. So I had all Friday afternoon to play the game, but I didn't actually play until, well, yesterday actually, on the Saturday, because there's more to this story. So I got playing the game on a Saturday in the end, because by Friday evening I was just fed up of, I didn't want to play the game after spending 6 hours waiting it to unpack. So I started playing it yesterday morning, and I installed it onto my 3-year-old hard drive, which had plenty of room. Still got 3 terabytes of stuff, so I thought 116 gigabyte onto my hard drive. Hard drive's 3 years old, but it was quite good hard drive. It's not showing its age just yet, and I thought, okay, let's give it a go. And then I decided to stream, and if I showed you what the stream looked like, it was a mess. The game just did not like the hard drive. This game is tech heavy, especially for if you've got a new system with a very good fancy graphics card, then you'd be fine playing this game. But straight away, you really need to install this game on an SSD, because I installed it onto my hard drive and I had numerous freezes. The characters were talking to me. Well, they were talking, but their lips weren't moving because the game didn't catch up to that bit, and the hard drive clearly was struggling. So I then plonked it onto my very small SSD drive, which is my main Windows installation drive, internal computer, and luckily it had some room. So I plonked it in there, and the performance was 10 times better, much more smooth. So then I thought, okay, I haven't got much room on my SSD drive, so I'm going to plonk it on an external SSD drive. And the performance then dipped. It was better than the hard drive, but it wasn't that good. So I thought, right, I'll move it back over to my internal SSD drive. And so I did this most of Saturday, and this took at least another 3-4 hours for things to work. And I finally got into the game running smoothly. Now, when you start playing Starfield, try not to give away too many spoilers here. you start off as a miner. Your character hasn't been created yet. You start off as a general miner, male or female. You find this artifact, and then things take off from there, which reminds me very much of Mass Effect 1, how the Mass Effect 1 kind of storyline starts off when you find an artifact and then things just take off from there. But straight away I found this tutorial very strange, because you're a miner, for instance, and you then go into character creation, put your character, which character creation is great, very good, I enjoyed that very much. Created a bounty hunter type character, and then straight away after you meet one of the guys from Constellation, the main people in this game, he gives you your ship. You then go into space. You get a crash course on how to be a pilot, and it literally is a crash course, because when you're within the first 5 minutes of you starting to fly in the game, you have to go and kill some pirates who are attacking you in your ship. So you're learning the controls, and straight away you're into a combat sequence. Luckily, the pirates you're against, I think there's 3 of them, are quite easy to kill on your ship. So, but luckily, as I'm a big Bethesda fan, I have played many of their games, and also played No Man's Sky, which this is kind of like a carbon copy in some places of No Man's Sky. I managed to handle the combat pretty well and pretty understand the system. So if you have played games such as Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, you find flying quite easy, quite simple to do. I actually generally found the controls of the game pretty easy to follow, being a Bethesda fan. And yeah, but then the whole flying around in space in a limited area, because I'm comparing this game a lot to No Man's Sky in space, especially. You can't land on anywhere on the planet. You have to call the planet up, find the landing sites that you've discovered, and then the cut sequences come in. And so you have to watch a cut sequence in, and there's loading screens. There's so many loading screens in this game. But if you're on an SSD drive, then the loading screen actually is quite quick, thankfully. But as the game will progress, the loading screen will get longer and longer, and that's going to be my main worry, because obviously when you save the game, the memory size of the game gets larger and larger, and I haven't got that much gigabytes left on my SSD drive, so I'll have to think about getting a new internal SSD drive fitted onto my aging PC maybe sometime in the future. But that depends if I'm going to carry on playing this game. Now, I will go into the game briefly, because I can show you what I mean by the graphics. Oh, that's another thing. The settings. I had to change the settings so many times to make things working. So again, let's explain my rig. My PC is an i9-9900. It's 3 years old. It's got 64GB RAM. My graphics card is an NVIDIA 280 Ti, which is equivalent to a 370, I've been told. So it's a pretty decent graphics card. It's a little bit out of date now. It's 3 years old. Well, the 2000 series graphics cards are about 4 or 5 years old, aren't they? We're up to the 4000 series now. But I had to go onto YouTube, look at various settings to make my game run at least a little bit smoother. And these are the settings that I'm now using. So you can see I'm using custom settings. Some are ultra, some are medium, some are high, some are off. So it's a right old mixture here. But again, I've been using what they recommend on the YouTube videos of what settings you should use. Using these settings has actually made the game look fine. I am disappointed by the graphics of the game. It does look, the whole overview of the game looks dated. I hate to say it. But again, as I'm only gone into the game pretty early, I'm just going to show you what I mean. Confirm. Now this is loading on the SSD screen. Obviously, I've got my the screen that you're looking on is my normal Twitch screen. So I haven't been bothered to change it over, because again, that's another thing I found struggle when I'm using my streaming software. It took ages for me to find the game. So this is what the game looks like on my current settings. At least it's a little bit more colourful. There's my ship. I haven't even touched ship building yet. Again, I've only done a couple hours in here, but now that I'm moving around, This took a lot of time to move around this smoothly because when this was the hard drive version of the game, this was stuttering, it was freezing, it was just so unplayable. As I'm used to Bethesda's game, I'm finding the controls very, very easy. It's very similar to Fallout 3 and 4 controls, if you ever played those games. The game kind of gives me vibes of Mass Effect, stroke Fallout, stroke Skyrim, and No Man's Sky in space. I have to say, this is the most colourful it's been. I suppose the first planet you go on is it's not colourful whatsoever. So I'm just walking around nilly-dilly here. I don't have to do this if I didn't want to. I'm going off the screen. I'm just seeing what I can do. For instance, I can unlock computers. I'll show you my skills in a minute. Again, this is a very early character me, but this is just give you a general view of how the game is looking. So I can run. I'm running now. I'm on first person. I use first person most of the time. There's my third person view, and there's me. I'm actually in my spacesuit. Oh, that reminds me. I need to find out how to turn the spacesuit thing on, because I'm wearing a spacesuit and you don't need to wear a spacesuit. So I'm being told you click on here, hide spacesuit in settlements, T. So that should now not show me wearing a spacesuit. Let's see, does that work? Yay! There we go, there's me not wearing my spacesuit. So that does work, that's cool. So I'm pressing my middle mouse button here. So this is third person view, which I will use sometimes. And then there's the further view here, which I do use a lot more. I use this view a lot more to see my surroundings. This is especially good when you're doing racing games, by the way. And then first person view is the main one I use. So obviously I can chat to all these guys if I wanted to. They're, well, most of the time. That's cool, I like that. There's the ship services technician, which I can, oh, trade authority kiosk, that's handy. Does this mean I can start selling stuff? So, weapons. This is all the gear because I've been big Fallout fan, I pick up as much loot as I can. So, which is not always a good thing, because the mass, if you can see, there's how much you can carry at the moment. So I need to get some of these. Can I sell this? Vendor credits. Yeah, I just sold it for how much did I say? 245 credits. Okay, that's something, I suppose. I've got all these weapons. I don't need all these weapons. Have I got a pistol? Let's see, I don't need 2 rifles. Okay, I got 2 of those, so I can sell one of those. Credits, 4,000 credits. So I'll do that more when I finish recording this episode, because it's quite boring. So this is New Atlantis. This is the first settlement you'll see. This is where the main mission starts. I will do the main mission. I've been told I should do the main mission up to Into the Unknown, I think it's called, and then from there I can go off and do side quests. There's tons of side quests. So I'm a level 2 at the moment. This is quite confusing, actually. If you don't put your mouse over these, you wouldn't know what these are. So there's the star map, the ship, the basic ship, the inventory, and the skills. I'm looking at skills now because with my starting character, I should have had back boost training already. So, but yeah, that's a strange thing. Part of my traits was I had back boost training, but I can't select it until I get the skill point. So what do I need to do to select it? Boost jump 10 times while in combat. Current rank, you can now utilize boost packs. Oh, so I've got the rank, but I just need to buy a boost pack. I'm a pilot as well, and I've got target. These are the 3 skills I've got because I'm a bounty hunter. Boost pack training, piloting. I've destroyed 5 ships. I've destroyed 3 of them already, so I've got 2 more before that goes. Boost jump 10 times. I need to buy a boost pack to do that. Targeting. Destroy enemy ships while in targeting mode. Oh, I thought I did that already. Okay, never mind. So there's my skills. I would say from the menus, and especially the inventory screen, the game, it just looks like it's been made 20 years ago at times. The menu screen is pretty basic, I think. But that's just my opinions. But yeah, there we go. So overall, the game at the moment, yeah. Now, where is he wearing a spacesuit when where it's actually breathable out here? Oh well, never mind. Um, so currently, I rate the game about 7.75 out of 10. I think the game will get better. It's only been out for 3 days in early access. There will be patches. I haven't seen any bugs yet, but I know there's bugs around. I don't mean by creatures you kill, I mean game bugs. So that's my early review of the game so far. So I'll let you know as I do more and more hours. Oh, Vasco's my first companion, by the way. Um, I'll let you know how the game is when I've done a lot more hours, hopefully a new ship. I'm looking forward to claiming other ships and maybe developing them into better ships. Like just the Frontier, this Starship is not too bad actually. Um, it is a nice ship to start off with, but of course you can upgrade it, you can change it, but you need credits, and I haven't got that many credits. I need to sell all the junk I've got. But there we go. That is my quick review of the game. I'm finally glad that I'm now can actually play it after it's been such a while installing the game, not working, the game freezing, the game hasn't crashed yet. Good. There was many times when the game freezing that I thought it was going to crash, but it didn't in the end, so that was a relief. But there we go. So overall, yeah, it's okay. I was expecting better, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna save this game. So there we go. So that's my honest early game review, and I'm sure as I play more and more out of this game, I will like it better and better, and it'll get better and better. And by the time I get later on this game, there'll be patches and additional things in the game, like I'm hoping there's going to be a map, a local map on the screen, because at the moment there's no map at all. You have to use your scanner to tell you which route you've got to take. You might not notice, you see those little arrows that points you to where you need to go. So that's the only thing at the moment that gives me guidance what I need to do. But there we go. Hopefully many things will be improved in this game. I would say one last thing, the music in this game is amazing. I love the music, I love ambient music, and I'm really enjoying the music so far, and the voice acting is very good. But the graphics could be better. But yeah, I might be a little bit harsh there. But yeah, there we go. That's my review of the early game. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, then please comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye, and see you soon.